So, are y'all ready to hear the 18 ways that I get paid, if not every month, every quarter, or at least every 90 days net, right? Depending on which classification of payment we're talking about. So, today we're going to simply go over 18 income sources. There are endless, countless ways that if we really think about it and really put our mind to it, we can make money. And I say, if you are one of those one income stream people, this is specifically for you because one income stream can mean zero income streams in no time. What's up, everyone? I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems, and today we are going to talk about how to make money over 40, both remotely and not remotely, all because we need to understand that one income source is never enough. So go ahead, steal my ideas, share them with a friend. Um, and if you're really about that life, hit that QR code and join the Monetize Your Maturity Masterclass, where not only will we go over this in greater detail, but also provide a walk away strategy for everyone who attends on how you can start immediately right after class or the next day. And within 28 days, you can start monetizing your maturity. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to first so I'm going to share 18 streams. These 18 sources work for me. They may not work for you. During Monetize Your Maturity Masterclass, we're going to lean into what can work for you. I am a life path 7. I've talked about a life path number 7. I've talked about that in the past and what that means and why everything that you're going to hear me go through today makes sense for me or someone who is a life path number 7. I decided to do 18 in today's conversation because yesterday I referenced that I had like 13 streams of income, and then I started, listing, and it is way more than that. And the number 18 simply symbolizes leadership, material abundance, humanitarianism, and it represents a path towards achieving success through compassion and serving others. And that defines me. It's also often considered a sign of coming prosperity and a mature number requiring the balance of spiritual and practical energies. Y'all need to get into these numbers. we were raised different, most of us, but when you start understanding the importance of what numbers you use in different ways. We're even going to talk about why the 28-day strategy that I've been using for years now, at least since 2020, is so impactful and successful. So, why are we going to talk about that? Why are we going to talk about these streams of income? Because it leads us to know that there will always be a paycheck coming in. And even if one of your highest sources of revenue gets cut off, gets cut at the knees, you'll be able to maintain until you're able to replace, right? And so we never want to be that reliant on anything, right? And so, as I've taught many times when it comes to finances and investing, diversification means less risk. We don't want to put ourselves in a place of risk. And if we end up in a place of risk, we don't want to stay there. We're going to start with the non-remote. These are ways that if you haven't thought about already, some of these I've addressed in videos from years past, thought it would be a great reminder because some of these are simple things that we or people who may not want to, just be all over social media may not have thought of, right? So let's start with number 1, reselling. Many of you may know reselling to be on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Amazon, even Macari, like the real things like that. You can actually make a very decent income on reselling. And I'm going to actually reference you to someone who, if you want more inspiration on reselling, she I would highly recommend her. Now she's about this life. So that she's not like sitting home posting one thing a day. She has a whole storage unit, but she's a sister. I think she's about to turn 50, and she has made a bag or two or three or four just with reselling. I also resell. I don't resell in a I don't prioritize reselling, but I absolutely chat. Let me see if y'all may see all my business. If you're in the Monetize Your Maturity Masterclass, I will show you. I got paid this month from eBay, but I am on eBay. I'm on Poshmark. I'm on uh, the Real. A lot of us have too much stuff. And I want you to think about it like this. If you have 100 things that someone is willing to pay $25 for, that is $2,500. That is just sitting around your house collecting dust. Now, once you take out the commission, the fees, that may be $2,000, but that's still $2,000 that are sitting around your house. There are t-shirts that are going for $25. And let me give you the name of the person that I want you to check out. And so this is Miss Taffy. And we're just going to go through. She has over 50,000, almost 50,001 followers. She's here to entertain, inform, and show what she loves to do, and that is to use her creativity to make videos while thrifting and going to yard sales in Los Angeles. But it's more than that, because she shows you how much she makes off of almost every purchase. She also shows you, let me see, I think it's probably one of her most popular videos. She's a six-figure business owner through thrifting. She talks about how making money is not hard, how she turned $80 into $470. One of her videos that I really loved was, you know how when you upgrade your phone and they tell you, oh, if you turn your phone into whatever the provider is, they'll give you a couple $100s. She shows you how that is a scam, a scheme set up by Todd. She shares exactly how she was able to sell her own iPhone for, I want to say, if they were offering her $400, she sold it for like six and change. So again, there are so many ways out here for us to take advantage and make our money work for us. And so she does a lot of thrifting. I'm not a yard sale girly. I'm not thrifting like that, but I am pro anyone who wants to do it. So go ahead, check out her channel if you're interested in generating a revenue stream or income stream by reselling. I am just a girl who has a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff. Know people with unnecessary stuff, and I put it online. And like I said, $300 to $1,000 a month. I will say these platforms do want you to be active. So meaning you need to post, you can't just post one thing and expect to sell that one thing. Every day or a few times a week, try to upload something new so that you stay in the algorithm. And then there's certain times of the year where you can see a spike. So like now, people are still getting income tax returns. They have discretionary funds. They are on these sites looking to spend. Once again, 100 items at $25 can net you $2,000. And for some people, 2,000 may not sound like a lot. If you have higher ticketed items, use the same psychology. If you have luxury items that you can sell at a discount, meaning if you have a luxury pair of shoes, red bottoms, Christian Louboutins, that you can sell for $200 to $300, and these are 700 to and up shoes, and you can sell for $200 to $300, right? We're talking $20,000 you can make in a month. But that would definitely require, unless you have 100 pair in your closet, it would require you to doing some legwork, right? And trying to find those. So I make anywhere between 300 to 1,000 per month reselling. Okay, moving on to the next non-remote way that I make money is mobile notary work. Now, let me caveat by saying, if you are a notary, please check the laws in your state to see if you can become a mobile notary that charges a premium for your services. I don't believe, like Georgia, you can't do this. There are other crafty ways that you can do certain things, but New York, you can. So I'm in New York. I'm also a licensed notary for the state of New York. Most times, like when you go to a notary, I think they charge $2 per person signature that has to be notarized. That's not my lane. The minimum that I make per appointment is $150. And that's if I've already had a contract with you, right? Or if I've done work with you before. The range can be, if you are doing it as part of loan signing, you can make 4 figures per signing. I like to personally just work with either attorneys that I know, mortgage lenders, automobile, like people who sell used cars, things like that. And the minimum I make for an hour or less worth of work, meaning from the time I leave my house to the time I get to the place to the time that I make it back home, an hour. Minimum I make is 150. Average is about 350 per client. But once again, you have to be local. You have to be stationary to mobile notary. If I was to do more loan signing, that number can skyrocket. But loan signing can be more than an hour worth of work. And, I used to do it. I don't love it. And then the client tends to tip on top of that. So that 150, depending on how wealthy your client is, can turn into 2 or 250 like that, just because, right? They do have remote notary services. It's a lot of, it's a hustle game, right? You have to hustle to get clients. And not only do you have to hustle to get clients, the pay is still, to me, not really worth the hustle. But if you are someone who does not mind hustling, then go ahead, look into remote mobile signing. You can do it from the comfort of your home. I am not quite sure. You can't be out of the country when you do it, but you might be able to be out of state when you do it. That is not my ministry. So I advise you, if you're interested in mobile notary work and remote from home, because you just don't want to go outside, or, you prefer that type of work, then go ahead and look into remote signings and how how your state handles them, what type of pay you can expect. I also sell a limited number of hard to source healthy oils that I sell to my network, close friends and family, and or people who I know who sell at markets, right? Technically, this is not remote because I don't batch enough for it to be remote. So show and tell. This right here, I'm packaging up now. This is lion's mane tonic, and it has turned into a very lucrative profit margin. Not many people Know about lion's mane. Not many people know how to source organic lion's mane. Many people don't even have access to organic lion's mane. This is a lion's mane tonic. I just don't have the bandwidth to package as many as necessary. Another tonic that is really popular, wild oregano tonic. I have my own personal stash. I also have this in my to-go bag because you start feeling a sniffle, you start feeling a tummy ache, you take you a couple drops and watch it work. So if I was to be able to produce more because I know how to source, these products, I would be able to probably make 10,000 a month easily. But imagine the type of production that would take, right? So to give you an idea, depending on the size bottle that sells for the lion's mane, for the small bottle, we're talking about $39.99. For the larger bottle, $89.99. Most of the people that I work with and or deal with, it's like a 30-70 split. And they tend to be smaller artisans, right? Smaller people who sell at markets. For the larger markets that have more turnover, it's a 20-80 split because I'm purchasing all the products, I'm purchasing all the packaging. Basically, their 20% is just pure profit. Pure profit. So yeah, so that's my third way of non-remote. Now we're going to get to the remote opportunities, which means I can do this from anywhere. Some of them may require me to come back to meet with. The longest way I've been able to generate this stream of income is through my money making money for me through investments. So primarily stocks, dividends. Every month or every quarter as it relates to dividends, I'm getting paid through my investments. I talk about that in old videos. I may do a newer video to update some of my newer followers or subscribers, but investing has always been a way. The market could go up, the market could go down. With dividend investing in value stocks, you're always guaranteed a check. Also, another way I generate revenue remotely is through stock market trading. So not only do I trade options, I trade stocks and have been doing this since 2020 as well. I will say this, when it comes to trading, I will never recommend anyone to just jump in and start trading without knowing what you're doing. The market will take money from you like taking candy from a baby if you don't know what you're doing. And I mentioned this many times before. Some of y'all are being hoodwinked and bamboozled by people who jumped on the trading game without ever really trading. And without ever really trading through rough times, through down markets. People since 2020 and the market has 2021 and the market has literally spiked straight up. It's easy. It's easy to trade. Oh, it's easier to trade during a market that goes straight up. Please pay attention to who you follow when it comes to stock market trading, and don't pay anyone that cannot prove to you that they've been in the market for a long time. So that's another way I make money, through stock market trading. I do high probability trading, and I also do options trading, which is considered a little bit more risky, but I don't take high risk trades. Some of y'all who may see this were in my high probability trading only masterclass with Andrea. If the setup is not right, I let it go, because the setup is the only thing that matters. The technical analysis is the only thing that matters, right? And I don't try to force it. So another way that I guarantee income through the year, and I don't like to say how much I make a month, but I have a target for the year on how much I want to generate from the market, and it's no less than 20K. I don't need to be greedy. Definitely ain't trying to be greedy, because that's what gets you, that, people who are greedy in Vegas, we know what happens to them. Let's go on to the next one. I am also a consultant for corporate clients. I have not had to punch a clock since the year of our good Lord of 2018. I have taken the knowledge that I have amassed over the decades of me working and packaged that into a nice little bow to present to clients who don't have to pay my health insurance, who don't have to pay, for me to take up space in their office. I am a 1099. I am a consultant. So depending on what the objectives are, rather it's marketing to what we call segmented populations, I'm an expert in that. If they need me to sell packages, depending on whatever it is, if it's an event, if it's sometimes I sign non-disclosure agreements, so I can't really call out the companies because I don't remember what agreements I signed for who. That happened throughout the year, that I still work with corporate clients to help them get partners and sponsors. And most of these partnerships start six figures, right? If we're looking at no less than a six-figure partnership, and it goes up to to seven figures, depending on the event. So I consult with corporate clients to help them generate awareness and revenue. I could do that from anywhere, hence remote. Sometimes, like I said, there are certain instances where I may have to come back, to have a client meeting. Those are few and far between. And you really have to sell me on why we need a corporate meeting for what I do before I, jump on a plane to come back. And so, what's good? Andrea. Good to see you in the building. My co-hostess with the mostest in many of our classes, our courses. Good to see you, girl. Okay, so what's next? I also do private one-on-one consultations. And those vary across the gamut. So some of you on this platform know me for doing one-on-one consultations, for making your move abroad or getting residency in Mexico easier, a simplified approach with certain strategies and access to communities that you wouldn't otherwise have. That's one of the private one-on-one coaching. I also do private coaching for people who need accountability, for people who need ways to level up their money, for people who need this is one of the most fun things that I do. Not many people here know I do this. If you know me from my business life, you know I do this. There's a lot of us who are scared to negotiate. I'm not one of those people. I have been blessed with the gift of no fear when it comes to negotiating big numbers. So I do one-on-one strategy sessions with people in that area. My coaching, there's, the list goes on and on. So think about areas that you can help people. You can consult with people. It could be through teaching. It could be through technology. The list goes on. During the Monetize Your Maturity Masterclass, again, you will walk away with a direction, a way for you to start immediately on what you should be doing from a consultant basis, from a social media basis, all of that. So my hourly rate starts at $300, period, unapologetically. I have charged over $1,000 an hour, depending on the client, right? So if you are a client who generates a lot of income, you get charged accordingly. And like I said, I have no fear in negotiating my worth. I have no fear in saying no. If I say to this is not you, you don't tell me what my time is worth. So if I say to you, my hourly rate is $1,000, and you tell me you're only going to pay me $700, then we are not meant to go, do business together. It tells me a lot about the type of client. There's no way, if I'm telling you my hourly rate is $1,000, but you tell me you can only pay me $700, there's no way you cannot afford to pay me that extra $300. You're just trying to lowball me. And if you're trying to lowball me today, you're going to try to overwork me as well. So once again, now if I tell you my hourly rate is $1,000 and you say to me, well, listen, I'll guarantee you a month stipend at $10,000, but you may have to work 15 hours during that month, then I may say yes. Like it has to make sense. It has to make sense. So again, consulting is something that you can do, but you have to prove yourself. People know when they hire me, like I'm the fixer. I'm going to point out things they overlooked. I'm going to go hard for the company that I represent. And so again, if it's a company, it's 1,000 plus usually an hour. If it's individual coaching, it's average, it's about 300. I also do subcontracting. So this is number 5 under the list of remote. I do subcontracting. So that's a simple definition. If someone hires you to do something at a certain rate, but you need help, you hire somebody else who's called a subcontractor. So I have consultants who have signed deals with these big companies, but they don't have the bandwidth to do the work solo. They need a team. So they will subcontract out a team. That is another way that I get paid. And that rate fluctuates just simply based on the client, the scope of work, the KPIs, key performance indicators, all of that. Those rates will vary. And how often you hire me. Like if I know I can count on you every time you get a deal, you're going to include me on the deal, then that's negotiable, right? Let's move on. I also do speaking gigs and teaching gigs. I used to do a lot more in person. I do more online speaking gigs, right? So it could be something as simple as I usually only deal with big companies, right? So it could be a mega church. It could be, and when mega, I think means like over 5,000, 10,000 followers or something like that. A lot of them have to provide programming. Most of the programming comes online now because, in person going to church has fallen drastically. There's also universities that you can look into. Not just universities, look at the local community colleges. There are so many opportunities for you to get paid to speak that you may not even realize. Libraries, believe it or not. Now, I know a lot of their budgets are being cut back, but there are a host of ways for you to make money speaking, but you're just not either aware of them, don't have the guts to go ahead and speak on behalf of yourself, which will lead me into my next income stream. So you sit and do nothing. Again, monetizing your maturity. Not only will you walk away with the framework, you will walk away with a polished email that you could send out to people. If this is the lane you want to lean into, that you could send out to people and just insert what it is you do and what you're offering. I'm going to show you one of my media kits. Yeah, I'm going to pull up one of my media kits. So talking about representation, right? A lot of people don't get things done because they don't know that they can hire people to do them for them. So when I talked about my personal one-on-one consultations and negotiating, that encompasses that. I have people that I negotiate their packages for. One, and that's on a personal level, but I also have an influencer and creator management company with inside my travel company. And even though I have drastically scaled back the number of creators that I represent, I still have a two handful number, right? Because what I learned is while it can be lucrative, I'm too reliant on other people to get work done by a deadline, right? If I don't know you, if I don't trust that you will get this work done, I'd rather not hire you, or I'd rather not bring you on the team, because not getting the work done in a timely manner looks bad on me. It costs me partnerships and opportunities. But I still have a handful of people that I pick up the phone and I'm like, listen, this tourism board has this opportunity, this hotel has that opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And I get a percentage of whatever their pay rate is. So that's another thing that I can do remotely. Let's go over sponsored content. And this is where I want to bring up my media kit. So everything else that I'm going to share is all things that I can do remotely. So let me, media kit. Let's see. Media. And I'm not looking to see who's in the building, but if you're in the building, say hi. If you're in the building, like this video. If you're in the building, share this video. Where's downloads? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, because I am going to pull this up. I definitely believe that everyone, I don't care who you are, you can create a media kit. You can sell yourself, whether you have a social media platform or not. You are a brand. You can be a brand. So this is my 2026 media kit for Black travel and culture. Hey, seriously, good to see you. This is my 2026 media kit. So this, if many of y'all know, well, some of y'all know, I have Black travel and culture community, and we are the premier digital resource for the modern globe explorer. We inform, we inspire, we celebrate. Total community is over 600,000. Organic growth is 100%, not one paid follower on any of the platforms, which puts us in the top 1% of our specific niche. This is all research that has been verified, validated. It talks about, our purpose. It talks about me as the leader of it. What we cover welcoming spaces for Black and Brown people. We break travel news, and we do creator management. Like I said, that's a small, well, it pays well, but it's not my area of focus right now, because I don't need a bunch of creators. A lot of creators in this space just want free trips. They don't want to do the work. Or if they do the work, they want to do it on their time. And ain't nobody got time for that. Shows where we live, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. It talks about our audience. It talks about why you should partner with us and what our audience is saying. There's some quotes from some of our audience members about the appreciation for these platforms. And we also have celebrity support from Viola Davis to Keenan Ivory Wayans to Holly Robinson Peete, Wendell Pierce, Cedric the Entertainer, Jennifer Lewis, Candy Burris. The list goes on. I thought that was enough to, for them to get a taste. And then it invites you to partner with us. And then I have another one that has the pricing. Once the conversation gets serious, then they get that information. And I know what their budgets are and all of that. Okay. Hi, Ms. Kim. You vend for time to time. Does that count? Of course. Of course. Oh, so that's the ebook you were talking about. Mehek K. Salam. Absolutely. Drop your ebook. Yes, 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 definitely. Hopefully you get into communities that can help you build, right? So that's the other beautiful thing about like the communities that not only I put together, but y'all see Andrea's in here as well. We provide opportunities for you to use our resources to help build, right? So rather it's the 600,000 plus Black travel and culture community, rather it's the Kim with the Gems community, depending on your messaging, whoever goes through these courses has the opportunity to get an extra push with their promotion. So absolutely get yourself in community, rather it's this one, monetize your maturity or another one. Definitely get yourself in community that can help you grow faster. Now we're going to get to the things that most of y'all know me for, right? So of course there's YouTube AdSense, right? Get paid for that. Quite honestly, those numbers, they don't motivate me to do this, right? I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to post a million times a day just to get a gazillion views to get $1,000 check, right? That's not who I am, right? When I come on this platform, it's because I have something to say, and I don't care if 1,000 people hear it, 10,000 people hear it, or 2 people hear it, right? I just want someone to be inspired, impacted, and make a change. If it's one person that does that, God is good. All praises due. So I get a check from YouTube every single month. I'm going to show y'all receipts. If you're in the Monetize Your Maturity Masterclass, you will get more of the receipts. Listen, I've been consistently paid by Google AdSense technically since early 2024, February. I didn't cash my first check with them until I want to say December, because I wanted it to pile up. Okay, let me pull up. So this is a recent post that I did, and you could just take a listen.
Are keeping you from the bag, or you're too old to be on social media. Nobody wants to hear from you. Social media is for the youngins. Well, guess what? My receipts say otherwise. I'm over 50, monetized on every platform, and get a check from each of them every month. The beautiful news is it's not too late. Anyone can do it, and I'll be sharing exactly how. Check out the caption for more.
Basically, what I was saying is what is keeping many of us who are older millennials, Gen X, baby boomers from multiple bags is that we fall for the okie doke. Now, I did a whole video yesterday about that, so I'm not going to repeat all of that, but we have to lean in to where our strengths are. And I want us to realize through my receipts that all of this is possible. So we talked about YouTube. I also get paid by Meta every single month. Over the past few months, Meta has paid me minimum 4 figures each month for my posting. I'm also monetized on TikTok. I get paid every month. They want me to, sell some things on their platform. If it's not a Black-owned business or woman-owned business, then I'm not really promoting it because it doesn't align with who I am. I'm not going to be online talking about getting this faja and all of that. But I will talk about the lip bar. I will talk about Sienna hair products. I will talk about, the Black-owned, if you're a Black-owned business, a woman-owned business on, the TikTok, I will talk about you as it relates to travel. My other stream of income is digital downloads. Digital downloads are still very lucrative. Rather, they're ebooks, e-videos, e-how-to courses, whatever. Digital downloads, meaning that they're ready for the person to download and get to work, to get to action on, are still very lucrative. And so many of us have something to say. Imagine if I did, a series on how to source and make lion's mane tonic and what the benefits are for lion's mane tonic. Let's talk about it. And let me do a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. Everything that I say related to money and finances and anything you hear on this channel is for information and educational purposes only, also entertainment purposes. I am covering my behind. But you can do your own research and see what people are saying about the benefits of lion's mane and the tonics. So what does it do? So when I package this, I also have put a disclaimer saying that this is a mushroom. If you have intolerance or allergies to mushrooms, please do not consume. Right? And then I put some other disclaimers based on the product that it is. This is the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians. The potential benefits are it could benefit nearly every part of the body. So far, a surprising amount of studies have been done about this category of supplements with some excellent results. It can help with immunity. It may improve energy, can reduce stress, improve cognition. But if you're allergic to mushrooms, you cannot use this. So saying all that to say, you can do your own research on the benefits of lion's mane tonic, but you have to have quality products in order to see success. You know how many people are stressed out these days? But people who have said that they have had all type of psychological issues said this has been a game changer. And if I was to mass produce this, I could easily make $10,000 a month. One of the people that I do business with, he literally wants me to have 100 bottles every week at his site. 100 bottles. Do you know? I did say I was going to get through the rest of them really quick. So the digital downloads, digital classes, that's needs no explanation. Some of y'all have met me through my digital classes, right? I also do merchandise. So I have more than one product. I also have products that are directly related to the Black travel and culture community, but I have products that are usually under my videos on this platform. So I get paid through merchandising as well. I also get paid through affiliate marketing. So just some of the simple ones on some of my descriptions, Amazon. And let me first give the disclaimer. The only affiliate partners that I associate with are products that I use personally. Period, exclamation point. Y'all should see how many emails I get for affiliate partnerships where I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? Like, for me, all money ain't good money. And so the companies that the ways that I make affiliate income, I'm going to list right now. So Impact is a company that has multiple brands under it. One of the brands that I highly promote is Coursera because I believe in it. I am also a Coursera Pro user and I'm always learning. I'm always paying to learn. I am always investing in mentorships and guidance. And those are the type of coaches that you want. You never want a coach that could just simply rest on your laurels, right? I took two coaching courses this past week alone. So Impact has a variety. If whatever your niche is, Impact probably has a company that you can associate yourself with to get paid out. NordVPN, another product that I use as a traveler. People in my travel community, as well as this channel, can access the Nord page from my link, and I get a percent. You don't pay more for it. It's whatever is. So it's the same amount you would pay whether you went through my link or not. The difference is I just get payout, and it's recurring. There's also Amazon. I have an Amazon channel, or I'm an Amazon affiliate. And I also am an affiliate with Beacons. So anyone who signs up through my Beacons link and starts their own courses, I don't get paid for the course. I get paid for, them just being a member. So it's nominal, but sometimes that nominal comes in right on time, right? It pays a bill or two. So those are the 18 ways, right? And you too can do all of this. Like I said, within 28 days, there is no reason you cannot go from ideation to execution. There is absolutely no way, no way, no how. And no one can tell me otherwise, because I've seen it happen too many times and I've done it myself too many times. There's a reason why we focus on 28 days versus 30 days. You know, people say 21 days make a habit. 28 days is based in numerology. The number 28 is deemed by many numerologists as the perfect number because it indicates a cycle of development that leads to personal triumph and renewal. Bet y'all didn't know that. So this year, when I talk about me, going from bold being the baseline, y'all gonna get a side of me, you know, that you may have never known before. Yes, I believe in numerology. Yes, I believe in numbers, and I've used it one too many times to not believe it. I've spent a lot of time in the Mayan community in Mexico, which also follows numerology. Do you know who really doesn't follow numerology? Americans. You got to ask yourself why. You go to Africa, numerology is a thing, right? And the more you spend time with it, the more you see just how hoodwinked and bamboozled we've been. So numerologists consider 28 a perfect number because it indicates a cycle of development that leads to personal triumph and renewal. It signifies a need to learn to work with others to achieve potential rather than acting alone. So working with others, building community, all the things that I lean into, all the things that I practice, the number 28 makes complete sense and why it works. And so that is just my, piece of advice for anybody who's over 40 and needs, I won't say needs. There is no wealthy person, there is no person that is not worried about their finances that has one stream of income. Not one. Not one. Not one, not one, not one. Go ahead, hit that like button. If you're on your television, it just means hitting the volume up button so you can like this video, that you can keep this information moving in the algorithm. With that being said, everyone have a great Saturday. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.